Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to Captain of Industry. In between episodes, I carried on doing a bit of work. So our iron is almost depleted, and like I said, I'm not going to mine this iron out of the ground. I need this space for something, and there is plenty of iron around. If I need to come back for something, I can break down buildings. We'll work that out. But between episodes, I was very concentrated on getting the rail up. Look at that. We have a station. It does not work like Satisfactory. I still have to figure out how it works exactly, because right now I've got train cars and look at that. Oh, we got a train. All right, let's play so we can see this guy get around. Yeah, that looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Anyway, so he was full. He didn't empty everything out, even though I got fast belts. Anyway, so he heads off to this station up here, and I have built the second half of my first module for the iron production. And that is going well. There's a buffer, so it's storing at the same time. And I have the glassworks up here now, which I will get to building. It's going to take a lot of construction parts to do that. But I'm doing it with the upgraded recipes. I have upgraded, yep, blast furnace 2. So this is the recipe. And we have everything here. I'll go through that once I get it built. I think the next stage is probably to get the steel started. That will mean I need some faster belts so I can transport stuff. Actually, maybe not. I could just bring out a second belt. Yeah, we're getting a lot of input into the system, and we have the ability to add more if we need to. So if we hop into this is using 48 crushed. Right now, this is producing 192. So yeah, more than enough to have 4 of the smelter 2s on. So it's probably what we're going to do. And then we can get all of this done. So it's quite expensive, but I do have a lot of resources. And you'll notice my diesel is low. There's a reason for that. While I was very focused on getting this railway line right, because you needed to cut a ramp, they don't just go off the edge of a cliff, I completely ignored warnings. And one of those warnings was that there was a trash buildup in the city. The reason there was a trash buildup in the city was because of this little facility here filling up with carbon dioxide. I have so much carbon dioxide, it is freaky. But I wasn't burning the excess off. I was just expanding, and I just kept expanding every time I came to see it. But I didn't look at it for a long time, and that caused me a problem because this facility stopped working. Everything filled up. Back over at the city filled up with trash. As a result of the city filling up with trash, people started dying. And in a very, very short time, I lost half my population. It took me about 70 years to recover. With the beacon on, with adopting people from outside, and with natural growth on. It took a long time. We haven't quite recovered with the diesel yet. It's still filling up trucks and tanks before it'll start picking up again, I hope. Because we were fine before that. Anyway, the city also needed water. Water was low in this little underground area here. Well, it's recovered now because I built myself a water facility, a desalinator. I will go through how that is set up. I've also set up the extra sludge that we're making from our waste treatment plant. So I'm burning that off now. Pollution is up, health is down. But honestly, rather have that fail-safe than have people die. And I'll save the sludge because we're going to use it for something. Yeah, it's pretty bad when you lose half your population. Everything stops working. Everything shuts down. My maintenance dropped, so I had to go into our maintenance buildings and increase their priority, so that people would be there, because if that had happened, all the trucks would have broken down. But it was bad enough because all the diesel production stopped, and the trucks, almost all of the trucks, just stopped moving. Anyway, I'm in a position now that I can start breaking things down in this area, and I'm probably going to do that. As you can see, I'm going to have big storage boxes over here to carry all the goods, and I'm most likely going to need more trains. And hopefully that'll take the load off my little trucks, because they were struggling. I also put a retaining wall here, and I got this shaped, and I've been doing a bit of testing, and it turns out that you can actually use the conveyor lifts on the retaining walls. They work quite nicely. So we're going to have a cascade of conveyor belts coming down here with foodstuffs, which I can put into storage, but I can also use for production. And I really want to get into chickens. But at the same time, I need to establish more mines. I have the sorting facility for the copper over here, because I still have a lot of copper in this area, and I suppose they can come around and mine here. It's going to be a bit of a pain. I might have to move it. And I found out something interesting about the sorters and the storages after the sorters that I'm going to need to tell you, because it's really important. Otherwise, things fall apart. Anyway, there's a lot to do, so let's get stuck in. Let's start with that sorter thing. First of all, I changed things, because if you go into here and you have your export route set from your mine control tower, you go into here and you try and empty this, it gives you a warning, invalid route. You can't do that because it is already set. So you have to have a second storage that will empty from the first storage, and then you can set that one to be emptied. Otherwise, no one comes to empty the rock and the dirt. So yeah, there's that. On the trains, I did build a train. Train needs parts when you build a new train, which are kind of normal parts. But to build a track, I didn't even realize, you actually need a couple of things that we weren't producing, but I am producing now. One of them is gravel. So I've got a little crusher over here making gravel, and there's a little storage for gravel. It's very hard to see, but if you put down a track, yeah, you can't, it doesn't really tell you. But you also need tracks. And tracks, I had to make a quick facility over here, because the tracks take steel and they take concrete. And they go into an assembler 3, and they make railway tracks or railway parts. So that is how that works, and then you can make tracks. So I've got a few tracks. This is obviously not going to stay here, as with most of the stuff around here. But today, we need to start with electronics. I rebuilt the electronics factory, and I'm talking higher tier electronics. I rebuilt the electronics factory with the conveyor lifts so that it's more compact and it looks nicer. Yeah, it's quite nice. So this will do all the tiers of electronics that I know about. If there's any more, then maybe I can add on. So the first line here is a repeat of what we are doing over here, and that is just electronics. So we are getting rubber and copper, and that goes in here. It makes the electronics. The next line is the PCBs. That takes some copper, it takes some plastic, and it takes some glass. And for some reason, I added an extra copper box. Maybe it's for a reason. Yeah, this was on my old design, but that's fine. So that all goes into here to make the PC boards. And then the PC boards, along with the electronics and a little bit of silicon poly, are needed for the electronics too. So we're not making silicon poly yet. So there's a facility for that. And that is this facility over here. And let's have a look at it. So we have an arc furnace. The arc furnace takes sand, it takes coal, it takes graphite. And that puts out molten silicon and a bit of slag and exhaust. That molten silicon goes into one of these, a silicon reactor, takes 12, takes a bit of hydrogen, 4 hydrogen, and it puts out the silicon poly. And then the silicon poly can go into this box. And all the storages are over here, and they are set to do what they need to do. And this one, the graphite, that's the problem. The silicon reactors, we need hydrogen. We need to provide hydrogen. And because we're going to be running 8, right now we are only running, we're probably only going to run 4 for a start, because we've got 2 reactors, they're each putting out 24. So there's a total of 48. These each take 12. But when we upgrade these, eventually we'll get an upgrade for the arc furnace, and then it'll double that. So I have planned ahead for that upgrade. Anyway, we need hydrogen. And that hydrogen line comes from there, over there. The hydrogen is produced in here by taking a little bit of water and splitting it up and then venting the oxygen. And I don't think I'm venting the oxygen yet. I have it going into a tank. I'm going to have to figure that one out. There's going to need to be a place. Oh, right. I do have balances. So I will be able to put stacks in and just vent it. I don't think there's any penalty for venting oxygen. But yeah. These each make 4 hydrogen. We needed 32, so there's 8 of them. But we're still a little short of something, and that something is graphite. Now, eventually, and I need to get there as quickly as possible, we're going to be using carbon dioxide for the graphite to make the graphite. We need a temporary facility to make graphite for us, because if we have a look at the recipes, this is the one we want to get to, chemical plant 2. That makes a whole bunch of graphite out of carbon dioxide. And it's going to use up all the carbon dioxide that we've stored up. But that's good. And we'll have other carbon dioxide production all over the place. But for now, we need a little facility where we can get coal, chlorine, and it'll make graphite and put out a bit of sour water. And I have set up one such facility right over here. So that is our chemical plant. It's going to take in the coal. It's going to take in the chlorine. Chlorine's right here. I'm bringing in a bit of coal. Don't need a heck of a lot. That is making graphite, which is right here. And we have a storage of it. So that's that problem solved. And we will be able to make circuit boards too. And the reason why I need to do that very urgently is because in the research, we have pretty much exhausted everything that we're doing over here up to this point. And I've been holding off, and that's the problem with recording videos, because I want to keep it interesting and do interesting things. But there's always so much to do, and some of it is a little time sensitive. So these three here are repeatable. So I've just been upgrading them while I've been working. But to advance to construction parts 4 and maintenance 2, we have to produce 20 T2 electronics. And those electronics, so some of them in any case, are going to make construction parts 4. And we need those to advance. So we're also going to get maintenance 2 and the maintenance 2 depot. Anyway, these obviously you can see that they're very important for the construction parts and for maintenance 2. But we need to very quickly then get to research lab 3, which will be the next level of research, because we need to get up to chemical plant, which needs the conveyor belts 3, and then we can get to the CO2 recycling so that we can make a very nice clean graphite. Anyway, so that's the route that I want to take, which means that we have to start switching things on. And that will be, first of all, we might as well come over here and turn a couple of these machines on. Yeah, let's do, I have a bit of unity. Let's do 3 of these. We'll do 2 of the PC boards. Actually, what is that ratio again? Yeah, that's fine. Maybe we can do a 4th one over here. Now, this is going to suck up our rubber and our copper, and we're not properly set up with that. And if I was doing my job properly, I would have done that already. But I want to get this advanced. May cause problems? We'll find out. Oh, before I forget, I built a greenhouse, because in the map I found fruit. So, fruit does not grow on a field. It grows in a greenhouse, so I upgraded one of the farms to a greenhouse. We're okay on food, so I'm not stressing about getting the whole food thing set up. I really want those darn chickens, though. We're going to have to unlock some belts, so those will get done, those will get done, that and that. These are making 12 each, which is more than what I need. These are making 12, which is more than what I need. I probably didn't need all these machines, but it's better overproduced than under, I suppose. All right, these ones are now ready, and they are going to output, and I need to get these guys done, and they are done. All right, now this was kind of the wrong way around, because I'm missing a belt. I just realized that I'm missing a belt over here. So it's a flat conveyor, can go through from there to there. And that is for the glass. And as soon as the glass hits the first machine, we are going to be making PC boards. And there we go. It's working. Good. And this fuel is just not recovering. Oh, another thing that I did, because the ship ran out of fuel, so the ship couldn't go out to go and fetch oil. I had to make an emergency thing and build this oil yard with this container, and now this is full, and we've used more than half of this reserve, which was 20,000. There was quite a lot here. So I'm going to keep that as a backup. In fact, I'm going to disallow exports for now. It is out of the way. But yeah, if it hadn't been for this, I would have been in serious trouble, because all oil production stopped. Right, now I need to get this poly setup started. So we start with making sure that all the raw materials are in. So let's get those done, and I might as well do belts and stuff as well, all the support services. All right, these are all set to demand. Yep, so those will fill up, and we'll need this setup, and at the risk of using up all of my unity, I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah, what the heck, let's do it. So yeah, for a start, that's half of them, so we'll get that sorted out, and I will need to vent the oxygen, which is on the bottom. So let me get a couple of stacks for that. A smokestack over there. I think that is connected. Let's go and have a look in there. No, it is not connected. Huh. Oh yes, you can't connect directly to a balancer. So let's just cut that and move it out by 1. And then just a little pipe. Actually, we don't need a pipe 2. Pipe 1 will be fine for here. And then I can just copy that and put it over on this side for the oxygen over there. And get that built. Right, everything over here is good. As soon as water starts coming in, we'll be producing the hydrogen. Once hydrogen is being produced, well, actually, I don't need the hydrogen for this process, so let us do one of them at least. And that will come out on this side, so we'll unblock those reactors, and that, what the heck, we'll do that as well, and all of these associated pipes, and more pipes, and more pipes. Alright, we have water. Production has started. Hydrogen going through yet? I hope I set this up correctly, but it does look like I did. Not getting water. Oh, there's a couple of pipes missing. So we can put those in and very quickly get them built. Yeah, that's why we need to test our builds. A little thing like that can stop everything from working. Alright, the water is flowing now. There we go. And now we're producing hydrogen. Good. I want this to back up a little bit before everything goes. So I'm going to get the rest of this completed. It'll be nice to have a little buffer here, because what we will be doing eventually is using all of these, which will use all the hydrogen, although it'll naturally have a backup because only 4 of these are going to work for now. Anyway, there's no reason why I shouldn't do both. What the heck, let's do it. And that means we can do a couple more of the reactors. Oh no, electricity. What the heck? What's going on with electricity? Oh man, I switched to coal over here, and we have lots of coal. Why is it not being delivered? This is like critical. Oh, that's probably why. Let's go number 1, high priority. That's very annoying. Something like that could be devastating. And it's probably because all the trucks are battling for fuel still. I am going to need to double up on this. But it doesn't help if I'm not getting the fuel for the boiler. Alright, it'll come. But I need to double this immediately. Because it looks like our little setup with those reactors has caused a major problem. This is not the final power plant by any means. We have nuclear. Now, I did get the big generator as a backup, and that is using my diesel. So yeah, that's not ideal. I could run 2, but it's going to cause issues. I'm just going to keep running out of diesel if I keep doing that, because this thing uses 18 diesel per minute. That's a lot of production. This one's got wood in it, so maybe I can just unpause this for a moment. No, wait, there's the coal. The coal is coming. So this will kick back on. Demand isn't that much, although, yeah, it's 12 megawatts, so it's more than what this is producing. But I still have the small one way over on that side, which will come down now that I put a second big one in. Let's get this power fixed. Yeah, and here's the blueprint for this desalination. Yeah, this is I was expanding, so I actually don't need these last 4, so I'll cut them off. And that is the desalination plant, so that will give a lot of water. In fact, 78 per, and there are 4 of them, so 144 water out of this from the ocean. And you can just put the brine, which is the other output, just dump that straight in the ocean with no water pollution issues. Because brine is basically just concentrated seawater. Although the salt content of the water will increase over time, but then there's rain. Right, how are we doing? We're getting coal. This one is running. This one has coal, so it will switch on when it's needed. Let me just make sure of the priorities here. Yeah, I'll just leave them on the same priority. But it really does need to start doing something. Alright, there's the water. Water's flowing into the boiler now, and this will start. Now, this is very inefficient. Using wood and coal for power, still not the best thing. But once these turbines start turning, our power problem will be very much sorted out. Alright, it takes a little while to kick in. Our consumption is around 15.8, 15.9, but it has gone up to as high as 23, so I think I need to leave that other one. These are going to do 12 megawatts each. Is that right? Yeah, 12 megawatts of power. Anyway, this thing is spinning now, and now my consumption's gone up to 28. Oh, wow. I didn't think that these things chewed up as much power as they apparently do. 1.2 megawatts each. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they chew up the power. Alright, I'm going to have to find a better power solution. Although, you know, we're still fine on coal. Maybe I could add a third one of these and, you know, I don't have a lot of Unity left. but I can get one started. You know, this game, constantly fighting fires. Okay, this is going to flip. I should have flipped that one. And rotate, and then we can shove this one right in there, and I still have space to go through here. I'm going to not automatically build it. I'm going to just unpause it and get rid of that. And I actually don't need this desalination thing here because I've got an operating one. So let's get that out of the way. And that can build as and when. But everything now seems to have power. Yep, our power usage is over 30 megawatts. It just jumped all of a sudden. I mean, last episode we were on like 6 megawatts, but I think it's these electrolyzers that do the damage. And probably the desalinators as well. And see what they use. Because desalination is high power. Oh, only 400 kilowatts. Alright, well, less than I expected. But everything here is still working. If we click on the city, there are no issues. The waste is not building up. There's some food. Not a lot, but there's some. I really want to do the protein, man. Protein is definitely going to reduce the use of all the other foods. Anyway, this is back up and running, and we are making poly. There we go. We have some poly in stock, 126. That will be enough to get our facility over here started. We'll build this one, and that is going to demand the silicon poly, and then we're just going to get one of these machines built. So do that, and get this done, and I'm missing belts over here. I'll sort that out. Let's get all of this built, and then those belts in there. Get all of that sorted out. So electronics 2, we are using the PC boards, we're using the electronics, we're using the silicon. And the electronics and the PC boards are coming in from this side, and that means that I do need to do these bottom 2 belts all the way through. Oh, what the heck. I'm just going to do all of them. Otherwise, it's going to be fiddling. So let's just do all of that. And then conveyor belt into there. And that means that this needs to be built as well. And this. Alright. Man, my Unity has never been this low, and I'm getting 0. Alright, let's speed this up a little. Look at that. Now our consumption is down to 21. And it's so weird. It's jumping around. I realize that there are things that are turning on and off. Let's just set priorities on this balancer. The priority will be going into the tank, or both of them. I don't want to be wasting water. Actually, hold on a second. Yeah, that is right. We will need oxygen somewhere. So I'm holding on to that oxygen. Right, that is doing its thing. Are we producing? That is the question. Yes, we are. This is working, and it's got a clear line into the box, and it's going into the box. That means that when we have 20 here, we will be able to do the next research. And I'm actually losing Unity. All right. I did upgrade our captain's office, so we have extra options for Unity, but I'm not producing enough to do anything with. I was giving them a health boost. I'm taking their health boost away at the risk of causing diseases. Oh, hold on. Reducing water consumption in the settlement. That will free up some as well. Yeah, let's build our Unity up for a bit. I'm producing more than enough water for the city, so there's no problem with that. Let's go into this one and see where we are. 20 out of 20. Awesome. I can add that to the queue now. And that's going to cause more headaches for us. So, electronics too, some of them anyway, need to head back from here into a box over here. This one, which I will build. And I will tell it that it needs to be electronics too. And I'll let them start bringing those over because that's where it's important right now. And then over on our maintenance department over here, this one will do the same. So let's get that built. Electronics 2. And then we can hop in here. And this will be... Right now, it needs to be upgraded. But we can't upgrade it until we have finished that research. So this vehicle pollution one... Oh, there's better power generation. That's... Yes, I'm going to have to build those. Yeah, we're going to have to do this one first. Before we move on to the next research. Because look at that, nuclear reactors. But I am nowhere near getting uranium yet. Oh, and I did find sugarcane out in the wild in the map. Right, this one needs to be set to import urgently, and this one as well. Ah, map. I've taken out all the pirates that I can currently. The rest of them are kind of hit and miss, because 990 battleship score, I don't have that kind of strength. There's a lot of them out here, and they're all very heavy. There's a 470 Now, sometimes I beat those guys, sometimes I don't, but this is only one ship, so I should be able to beat them. Yeah, if I had a crew on my warship. Let's go and load up a crew. Yep, gonna need more people soon. Oh no, population's dropping. What the heck? No active diseases. Population's just dropping. Well, let's go and sort out that health thing again, I suppose. Increase health by 10. This is all like smoke and mirrors just to get things going. And now that the crew is loaded, we can grab this and we can head out to this guy. Now, if it was 2 ships with a battle score 470, that is tricky. It's hit and miss, but this one I should be able to deal with. My battle score is higher than that. So we're currently making 48 silicon. This is demanding 3. So that setup should be enough silicon for the rest of the game. Although I don't know because there's so much more stuff in the game now. Electronics 2, we are making 6. Oh, hang on. Let's check how many. Well, we won't be able to see how many we're using here. But over on this side, I'm going to need to upgrade one of these. Oh, I can't do that either. So yeah, right now we're just stocking up. And that'll give me time. Alright, I need to stop this vehicle pollution. This is more important. So let's stop that and let this one go. I do like that the recyclables are optional still. But we do need to address them because they will cut down the amount of work we have to do at mines. Look at that, we have 49 megawatts available now. Oh, there's our battle. And if we go over here, we're going to get... What are we getting here? We're getting some kind of a resource. Maybe it's another coal deposit. But yeah, oh wait, this guy's got 2 big guns and a small one. I've got only 2, but I kicked his butt anyway. And that is a coal mine. Then we go out here, that's a 470 with 1 ship. Yep, I could take him. This one over here, that's a 470 with 1 ship. Okay, so we do have some battles we can do. And we're still struggling. Now, right here, I have started working on a plan for the chicken coops. Don't know where I'm going to put it yet. Thinking probably somewhere in this area. I really need to figure out the railway lines better. I want to see if I need to add another car onto this. It might be a problem because I don't have my rails set up for the train to be able to go back into the train making area. But yeah, as you can see, the train will load from one loading station. Yeah, it's leaving some on. So it'll load all your cars. So it'll take whatever is there, which means that you can just increase the number of trains that you have on a line. So let's go and see how we're doing. I haven't started with our steel yet, so that might be a good thing to do. Let's get all of those lines done. Oh, and I just did that. Yeah, that will be the sand line going across to the copper area. And I'm just going to unpause all of this and let all of those boxes fill up. And then this also uses water. So yeah, that line's unpaused as well. And this water, I need to get water. We have water over on this side. And here's where I was planning for gold. And there's quite a process to it. And these are all the components you need. So obviously you need a crushing area, but you've got to double crush it because your ore comes in over here. So that would be gold ore. Then that gets crushed down to gold ore crushed. And that gets crushed again down to gold ore powder, which is the product that comes in here that will be used in the next process. The next process is to go and get settling tanks with acid and the gold ore powder, and that gives you gold ore concentrate, but it also pushes out toxic slurry. And this is the right proportions, just by the way, to deal with all of that. So once you've got this gold ore concentrate, that goes into the gold furnace, which is not the same as any of the other furnaces, and it makes gold. So yeah, 2 of the settling tanks to 1 of these. This will also need sand if you're not using the gold scrap, but there is the option for the gold scrap to come in. You see that uses 0.6 times the power for that, but it doesn't put out any exhaust. Anyway, then we have to deal with the toxic sludge, and that is done in a wastewater treatment plant. There's the toxic sludge. Then we need filter media, and we need a bit of brine. That will give us water and slag as an output, so non-toxic stuff, which we can use because we need water for this process over here and for lots of other things. So yeah, I put it out this far out because you can't really see these planning outlines very well on the rock. Anyway, we have to make filter media, and that is done in the mixer too. by using gravel and sand and coal, and that will make filter media. 72 of them, we don't need that many, but that does mean that we can use it in other places. This one will only use 6, but we need gravel. So this is how we make gravel. We take rock and we crush it into gravel, and then that will go into a storage. I need the storage for the rock. So there's an outlet for some rock. Now, I'm not going to formalize that yet. I've got way too much other work to do before I do that. And I see I didn't unpause these conveyor lifts. And honestly, there's no reason not to get all of these conveyors unpaused, because I'm going to be making everything anyway. So let's get storages filled. Yeah, I'm not going to attach these yet. Or maybe I should. Yeah, this one is for scrap, so I'm not worried about that. This line, I'm just wondering here why I only have one of these. Oh, right. I've only got one of the crushers connected because I don't need 2 yet. So we can unpause the belt over here and the crusher and that belt and get that started. This is the mixer that's going to make acid. So yeah, that might as well get done. So I can unpause that, add that. And there's another piece over here. Yep. And yeah, may as well do this line as well. And that storage, add all of these storages. Right. I'm just doing all of them. And all the belts. At least you'll be able to see this a little better now. All right, so there. This thing needs to be unpaused as well. That is our air separator. So that'll give us the oxygen. And it will put out the nitrogen into the air. Cool. All right, I'm going to leave that to go. I am probably going to need to build this soon so that I can take down everything else that's here. I can't believe we're still struggling for diesel. That is nuts. But then, yeah, it does take a very long time for everything to get filled up. Everything here is working at the max. And do I need all 3 of these? Hold on a second. Let's change this priority to... Oh, wait, that can be 5. That only needs to switch on if the other 2 are at full capacity. So that one's set to 3, 4, and 5. There is absolutely... Yeah, there's no reason for the other 2 to be on now, because now consumption has dropped back under 10. So yeah, this steam will have to work its way through. Why are you still turning? You're just wasting my coal. I think I'm pausing something incorrectly here. Auto balance. Yeah, I think I should be using auto balance on all of these. Yep, I'll get all the auto balancing on. The first one here, I will not put auto balance on because I want it to work full time. Right, so this one has now stopped and this one has stopped. Perfect. Okay, so we are no longer wasting coal, and that means that our trucks don't need to bring coal here and use more diesel unnecessarily. A mine control tower with nowhere to drop stuff. Where is that? Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. Our iron is full. Wait, why are you... What is in here? Just rock. Huh. Is it just because you maybe can't reach there or something? Oh, I think he can't reach. Oh, wow, that's not good. I might need to rethink this layout of... Nah, he should be able to reach. But I could fix up the belts a little bit. Let's do that and that. And then we'll get loose conveyors over here, and I'm going to bring... there you go. He emptied out now, so he couldn't reach. I'm going to have to do something like this. Bring them in tight so that the truck can actually get in there. I'm not even sure if this is going to work. Hopefully this is going to allow him to get close enough to dump. Because yeah, he was filled up with only rock. And I have set this to say reject single product loads. So that was just rock, so it was going to bring it to this box. And if this works, then I'm happy. Maintenance. The heck's going on with maintenance? Hang on. Fighting fires again. Maintenance is low because... Oh dear, we are not... It looks like we aren't making enough mechanical parts. I mean, they're going through, but they are not full speed. And we're going to need a lot more of them. Right, time to do some upgrading. Now, I've put a steel box here. And I wonder if I should start from the end. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to switch things up. These 2 have been upgraded. So if I set the recipe, they can also do... oh, I haven't upgraded them enough. Okay, upgrade and upgrade. Somewhere in here is a recipe for steel into mechanical parts. And I will get a belt and bring it down to there. I'm going to set this one to build, but then I'm going to pause it as well. So it can get built, but it will be paused. And these two will switch over to making mechanical parts with steel. It's quite important, actually. So Unity, man, not giving myself a chance. And I think while I'm here, I can upgrade a belt. So let's upgrade that one. Get the output a little bit faster. I mean, it's not going to do anything right now, but it's better if it's a bit faster. Right, are these done? Yep, there's the recipe that I'm looking for. So 12 steel plates, 24. Let's do that. And the same on the other one. There's still iron coming through, but I'm going to cut that off right now. I do have an abundance of iron, so I could upgrade a couple of these guys to produce them faster. I think I'll do that. Get a couple more. I actually know what, all of them. Contact chances. So, yeah, Unity again. And then I'm most likely going to need to upgrade belts. This one and this one. And then it splits, and that's fine. Alright, these are clear now, so I can unpause this belt. And here comes the steel at a rapid rate. And our production of mechanical parts is good. So let's have a look. 24, I'm going to need to upgrade belts. This one is doing 12. So 12 on that, 24 on that, 36, 48, yep. Let's just do this, this, and this. And what the heck, we'll do that as well. Right, that should fix our problem. Yeah, there they go. Because we are going to be doing, well, very shortly, Maintenance 2, which we need for future machines and vehicles. And that is going to use mechanical parts as well. Man, my trucks are so busy, I need to build more trucks, but I don't have enough diesel to run more trucks. What a catch-22. Means I need to build more belts, and I'm working on getting there. Alright, so this facility has basically stopped. So, it is going. All of it. That was our iron smelter before. It's gone. There is no more iron coming from here, so these can go. Then this whole belt can go, right, and that can go, that can go. That means the steel is eventually going to stop, but I have steel up at the top, and I can unpause. I do have some steel in stock. I'm going to... I nearly deleted everything. That would have been silly. Let's unpause all of that, and that, and that. The conveyor lift and that belt, and then conveyor lift down into here. So I'm going to need more trains, or at least more cars on the train. But then I'm going to have to move my depot, because to upgrade trains, you need to bring the train in, and I haven't left enough space. Or, yeah, I haven't left enough space for a turn off the incoming track to go in there. Oh, and by the way, I changed this up a bit, so my train line is going through as a bypass, and then the trains come in here. Oh wait, hold on, the other way. So the train comes in here, it does a loop, it goes into here if it needs to pick anything up. If it doesn't, then it just bypasses and goes straight through. I think that's how I'm going to use this. The tracks look awful because I started panicking when I realized that I was losing population. I'll get back to fixing it. They are not terribly easy to deal with. Let's go and see if we can position a depot nicely. So, like that. Now, I can't see which is in and which is out. Let's have a look from the other depot. So the out is the side with the tanks, which means that this would need to be flipped and rotated. So if I put this over here and then try and attach tracks from here into there and from there into, oh, hang on, don't move too quickly after you've clicked, and that can go into there. Is that actually connected? You know, I think it might be. All right, well, let's do that. Yeah, and then this one can go. And that is all sorted. Okay, things are moving now. Things are moving. Look at that. All that space. And that space means that I could bring the line down here and do a loop over here rather than where it is, because this is going to be food production, mainly. Or for a start, anyway. Right, Crusher has no recipe selected. This will be demanding copper ore. And then this will be making crushed copper, also known as copper ore crushed. And once these buckets are full, then I can undo the rest of this. I can probably start with a few things. Get some conveyors done on this side. They'll speed up delivery once we eventually get it in. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, there's too many other construction things going on at the moment. You know, I could actually just do this. Yeah, I'm going to. Alright, construction's going to happen there as well. Then we'll get lots of steel. Mine control tower. No designated anything in their area. Oh, that's because sand. Oh, I'm going to need to sort out sand. I'm going to expand this one. Yep, I have expanded already. So, mining. I can't stop mining sand. I need to carry on. So, yep, that's going to do sand. And as a result of everything moving over here, I really don't need trucks assigned. This is pretty much done. I didn't have anything assigned here anyway, so that's fine. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to expand out any further in this direction. I've left the option. Oh, and I moved the dock. Just in case anyone didn't notice, dock has been moved. And I want to delete this generator. It wasn't really even working. Oh, and I do need to just quickly make this. It doesn't matter, we are out of diesel. I'm not going to send my boat out while we're having this little diesel crisis. We can fight those battles later. Anyway, I've lined this up, so eventually this whole area here will be a big flat zone. Right, truck doesn't have a compatible sorting zone. What are you carrying? Okay, well, you should be going. Oh, right, I have deleted their filters. Alright, well, let's set this export route, and it can go to these two. That one and that one. There's not really much for them to do anymore. So yeah, once the mining area here is done, then I'll just take them off that tower. In fact, that tower could probably go. There's very little cutting for them to do, and I can come back and neaten these little bumps out later. Mine control tower again. Yep, he's not able to get in there. Wow, that's not good. Can I ask him to... Oh, this one is full. Oh wait, he can't get in because it's full. So he was getting in before, but this is now full, and that has caused everything to back up. Damn, I need places to use rock. Hang on a second, let's see if we can solve two problems here. Can gravel be crushed to manufactured sand? It can, absolutely. And processes that use sand can use manufactured sand. Ah, well, you look at that. All right, I'm going to need a better setup than this little thing though. So, first of all, I want to move this planned copper dumping facility. I'm going to move that slightly over this way. We'll put it over there so that there's a bit of space. Oh, and actually, no, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to demolish that rather. And then I'm going to copy this one and use that layout rather and put it over there. Okay. Then somewhere here, we need a very large crusher. So, large crusher. And I'm going to put it, rotate it first, put it here, get a nice big loose storage, pop that in. I may expand this, so yeah, I'm going to do that there. Yeah, it's fine. Ah, you know what? This has got to be double crushed. This needs to go, man. Alright, you were very helpful. I want to check our copper. It uses sand. Does it have a recipe for manufactured sand? It does not. So, I still need to get normal sand, but I can get that from crushing quartz. Anyway, let's grab that. And we're going to put that down over there. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to double back, right? And then this one over here, I'm going to take that and put it in next to... Oh, wait a minute. We do need gravel as well as sand. So I'm going to need to have it split. So some can go in there. I'm going to do this the same way around. So I can have them next to each other. And then this one can go... Now we'll give it a bit of space. Do I have that port lined up? Can't tell. There it is. So right there. And then loose bolts. And I think I'll go tier 2 here, because this takes quite a bit. And then this will just be a U-shaped connector. And then this can go down here and feed into that one. And I think that's all I needed to do. Oh, right. There's one little thing in here. And now that's all I needed to do. So let's build this place. How much? Oh, I've got Unity again. Let's get all of that built. That will solve the problem a bit, I think. It'll solve a couple of problems. So this needs to be set. Recipe from rock to gravel. Yes. And then this one from gravel to manufactured sand. Done. Yeah, here's the process. Quartz to quartz crushed and then quartz crushed to sand. We'll have to do that. And we have a quartz mine out in the world. And I am trying to see, I hope that this is on the up. It's very up and down, but I'm hoping that that all works. And I'm also hoping that this all works. Oh, we finished that research. Oh, big step up. So first thing I'm going to do is hop into here. Set the recipe. Now we can't set the recipe. We need to upgrade and then set the recipe. There it is. It's not making many, but it's making some. And we can always scale things up. So there is our construction parts 4. And this is still using maintenance 1, so that's absolutely perfect. But it's taking all 6 of these. So we need to upgrade this one. Oh, we can't. We can't upgrade this one. Although this is making 6, yeah, this is taking 6. Alright, well, I've got to unpause some belts here anyway. That through to there. What the heck, I might as well just do all of them. And then we're going to unpause that one, and this, and this, and this. And that little piece of belt in the middle. And we'll let those get built. I'm going to need to build a couple more of these. So this is an assembler 3. I'm going to need to get this one up to assembler 3. And just immediately build. And that'll get rid of some trees that have been bothering me for ages as well. There we go. Trees done. Oh, I have to do all of... Alright, I have to do this whole belt to there as well. Why do I feel like production has kind of stopped? What's happening here? Oh no, electronics. What's happening with electronics? I am not producing electronics because... Oh, bugger, I'm out of copper. Copper is a massive problem. Alright, well, let's get that fixed. Oh, wow, if copper is a problem, that means that there's going to be lots of other associated problems. Alright, this is now being built, and that means I need to get copper over here sorted out. Mine control tower, this one over here. Alright, now I'm in a little bit of a panic because this needs to be built. Alright, that is being built. This mine control tower here, I'm going to have to set the export routes to there, and there. Right, come on trucks, move your butts. You've got... I have everything that you need over on that side. But there... Why are you not moving? Oh, because that's not built yet. It's almost built. It's almost there. Make sure that everything else is sorted. I'm going to need to bring a belt over for the copper. Am I out of material? Oh, good lord. This is a spiral. I've got a big problem because I'm out of copper and I need copper for the circuits to make construction parts 3. Oh my gosh. Let's go and see if we can get some copper from somewhere. Well, yeah, with construction parts 1, I can get copper. And then I'm going to use that copper. I've got a lot. Okay, let's get a bunch. I don't even care about the price. Let's just get them in. That was a really bad time. Alright, so we'll see if that sorts itself out a bit. There's 1,000 copper. Boom. Just like that. Now I can do the conveyor. And this will be a long conveyor. And it's going to be a long windy conveyor as well. So let's get it through over here. And see if we can follow a similar path that we did with the iron. There we go. I think I got it. And skip the coal. And look at that. We are there. Conveyor lift. Switch it around. Click 1, 2, 3, 4. And that belt in there. Right, let's build. Okay, that whole thing is currently being built. Yeah, it's not going to help if this isn't built. Construction priority of number high. Oh my word, it needs 450 construction parts 3. Darn, that's rough. and see if we can get construction parts 3 from anyone. Nope, not him. He needs construction parts 3, so not him. I'm in a bit of a bind here. Alright, well, unfortunately I am a little stumped on this. I'm going to have to wait it out until I have the parts. Let's go and see how things are going. Not great. I'm going to pause this one for now. Although I'd really like to get those other construction parts set up, but can't do that. But I can make these a little faster. It's those. But then, yeah, but now these are not coming through fast enough. Oh man, this is just going to take time to fix. Yeah, and I'm not ready to do contracts on the settlement yet. Otherwise, I could get copper ore for iron ore. Man, I hashed that up. And for some reason, this guy's mining up to a higher level. Oh, goodness. I need to alleviate this problem somehow. And I think the best way to do that is get a small sorter in. It doesn't cost very much. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab this little sorter. No, let me do a proper one. I have a blueprint for it, and it's a cheaper blueprint. So let's do small sorter, place, and this will be a temporary thing. And let's see if I've got all the materials I need to build that. It does appear that I do. So this mine control tower will export to a few other places. There, 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 and there. Okay. And then I'm going to belt, which one? It's this one into there and get that built. Okay, now this is going to take a bit of time to fix, but that should get me going anyway. Come on, guys, why are you not working? Oh, because I haven't set recipes, I think. Might be the problem, but now, oh, let's downgrade this belt. Then I'll be able to build it. Right. So let's make sure. Yep, this is supposed to be not iron, but copper. And that should do it. Come on, tell me you're coming over here with the copper ore. Yes, they've left. Okay, it's a hell of a long drive for them right now. And that could mean that I might need to add some more folks to this, can I? I don't have anyone to do that, but I've got guys over here somewhere. Where are they working? I can take one of them off. They are not doing as much as they used to do. In fact, I'll take 2 off and go and assign them to that tower. And that will definitely help. And then I can fix up this mining designation here. I don't know how I did that. But that needs to basically just go straight through. No ramps. And then I can clear this because that is no longer needed. Why is that? Oh my gosh. Well, I'll sort that out when I backfill. Yeah. I ramped down for some reason. Right, we're down to 157 copper. Are we going to have copper here soon? I don't know. Wait a minute. Why is it doing this? Oh, it was me. Okay, well, it's the middle one. Actually, that might not be a bad idea to set them up so that the ore is in the middle. Nah, it doesn't matter. Conveyor belts. Plug in. That is already downgraded, so I can do this. And there we have copper ore coming through to get crushed, and all of this is ready to accept. Except I need to get this built, and the storage. That needs 60 of the big ones. Bummer. And these trucks still can't get to that storage. Darn it. Okay, let's remove 2 belts. And if we need to get faster throughput over here, we can just upgrade the belt. Still not. Oh no, there they go. Okay. Damn, this belt is still being built. Alright, well that's fine. We do have... Wait, what's going on? Oh. Something happened on this belt. Remove. Quick remove the stuff. Yep. Oh, right. That's because there was stone over here. Let's make sure that that is not going to happen. Okay. It's working now. We've got things happening. This is set to reject single product loads. Perfect. Yeah, everything here is fine. This is going through. It is being crushed. And there goes our crushed stuff. And that's going through. And am I missing anything here? Yeah, I'm missing... Where's my sand? Oh, that's not good. Oh. That's why. Oh boy, can I build it? I can, and then it's not even plugged in. And there it is, it's fixed. See, there are things down here that are not working. Okay, so that pipe needed to happen. Is this getting sulfur? Why is the sulfur not through? Because of a little paused belts. Okay, that's fixed. And the sand will now hopefully reach here at some point. Man, I need those red parts because I'm going to have to upgrade belts as well soon. And wait, there's no limestone getting through to here. Why would that be? Ah, well, I don't need it to go through yet, so that can stay unbuilt. No, actually, I'm going to build it and then pause it. Yeah, we'll just pause that line. I'm not ready to make glass yet, so I don't really care too much about that. And then salt is not coming through either, but salt is supposed to be getting delivered by truck. You know, I'm going to have brine over here. Oh, it's an input. I might bring brine up. No, actually, I want to just bring salt up for that. It's strange that it is not doing anything. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, we're getting close to getting the glass up here as well. Much better facility, and also when we get the next glass maker is really long, so I'm going to have to change the belts around and see how that works. Yeah. Okay, copper is actually picking up. Flippin' fantastic. Right, have I got everything here? This is going through, yes. So why are you not working? Oh wait, that's not the copper. That's the steel. Why is the steel not working? Wait. Oh, that's why it's not working. Wrong recipe. That one. And then I can just copy, paste, paste, paste. There we go. Now the copper's working. And then I can go down and remove that old copper smelter because that's probably doing something now. No, it's not. Yeah, there's nothing here. All right, off you go. You are out of here. We'll leave the box for a little bit. And I can start dismantling this as well. And that means I don't need any of this. And then I do want my copper box over here done. So that will be a urgent priority and resume construction. And then unpause the belts going into the train station and that. Right. Train has no fuel. That is a problem. It's not a big problem. It just means that it's really going slowly. But if I'm reading this correctly, it looks like we are actually starting to get up on diesel again. So maybe that will get sorted. But we have nowhere down at the bottom to receive steel yet. Let's just make sure. Yeah, I haven't unlocked that box, and that needs the red construction parts, which are a problem until I have copper sorted out properly. But electronics are drying up, which means that maintenance is drying up. My goodness, nothing is happening fast enough. Let's plan some belts. So these will be flat belts, and I'll just go with level 1 and bring that through. This will be the steel, I think. It's the steel. That can come to there. Let's just make sure. No, it hasn't got an actual input, but it will be steel because it's coming out of... Well, it's not coming out of anywhere right now. Yeah, this will be steel, then the next one will be copper. Okay, my train is coming very slowly. This is getting built. It's almost there. Maybe one more visit. How many construction parts? One do I have? 3,600. Yep. Let's get a couple more stacks here. That'll be fine. Okay, copper is back and not enough maintenance. Just in the nick of time. I'm in trouble here, folks, because if maintenance stops, then everything shuts down, and I don't know if I can recover from that. I have these electronics. I don't know if a truck can reach them, but if I stop doing research for a moment, maybe I can empty this out. And I've gone and set this electronics to, oh wait, is it this one? Yeah, this has got to be the highest priority. We'll do that. And hopefully a truck can come through and take electronics from there and drop them in there. Because there are 200 in there. And I need the maintenance more than anything. There they go. There they go. Good truck. Well done. Alright, maintenance is going to start flowing again. I hope I can maintain that until copper is sorted out. Wow. It is a particularly tough one. Maybe just for the sake of it, and to keep this flowing, I'm going to get a small storage over here. Wait, yep, that I should be able to build with Unity. So just a temporary little storage box. In fact, can I just... No, it won't let me attach it, so I'm going to have to do that. And then flat conveyor from there to there, and build, and that, well, hopefully... Oh yeah. I think that is not going to be a problem. Unless there's something else here that is a problem. Nope, everything else is fine. This is taking 24, making 24. These are each making 12. Alright, perfect. We got copper again. We're not out of the woods yet. The electronics is a big problem because maintenance is a big problem. But with any luck, yep, this is working again. So that maintenance will pick up. I can say mechanical parts is no longer a problem. Damn, that's pretty good. Yep, it's another one of those situations where I was concentrating on one thing and not watching other things. But it's fixed. But I am able to fix it, so that's fine. All of this is getting cleared, so we have more space to do stuff over here. The glass facility, this can stay here for now until I'm ready to set up on the other side. And the steel facility over here, there's not much coming out of it anymore, so this can all go as well. Let's just see. Yep, all of this can go. That'll free up some parts as well. Okay, let's get, not the railway line, just that, and all of that, and all of that. And then this is just basically clearing a space over here. I've got no sorting happening for these. In fact, I want to save some fuel, so let's find this one's control tower, which is right here, and I'm going to pause that because diesel is dropped again. So if I take a few trucks, I have 4 trucks and 2 excavators on this, so they can just sit and wait. All right, now that I've got plans in place, let's speed it up again and see if everything comes right. This side over here, that tower, I'm going to pause this one as well, and now they have nothing to do, so that's a couple more excavators and more trucks taken out of the system. This one I still need. This is doing sand. And over here, this one, oh, what's your problem? For some reason, it's not giving me the reason why it's... Alright, well, I don't know. No job, idle. What are you talking about? Hold on. Mine control tower. There's mining available for you. Wait a minute. Oh, that's strange. It just stopped working. Alright, well, we need the limestone. Man, we can't stop producing limestone. Because then this bucket will empty and all of this will shut down. Alright, train is coming back. Does it have fuel this time? No, there's no diesel in here. Huh. Can I send him into here? How does that work exactly? If I click on him, send train to the depot to be dismantled. No, I don't want to do that. I want to send him to the depot to be upgraded. Huh, I can't do that here. The depot, I want to edit a train. How do I edit the train? Compare, swap designs, group identical cars. Ah, heck. You know, I think I have a lot of coal. I'm going to do something over here, which I should maybe have thought about before and let this train pass. But I don't know how to edit the train. Opens the train designer with this train design duplicated. Ah, there we go. No, that's not what I wanted to do though. Bring to view. Replace this train. That could be the thing to do. But then I need to do a little bit of work here first. So let's delete that piece of track and that piece of track. Go into the train stations. I'm going to get a coal fuel module and connect that in there. And my train tracks and go from there into there. Let's get that built and that. Grab a little storage and plug that into there. Get that built and demand that it is kept full. So, coal. Wait, hang on. Is it only coal that a coal train needs? I hope it is. Because it would use water, I would imagine. Alright, well, let's just set this one to coal. That's the one over there, and then that must be full. Oh gosh, it needs water. Alright, I need to delete this. It does take water. Yeah, there were actually 2 inputs. I didn't notice that one was a fluid input. Alright, that one can plug in there. And then I'm going to need a little water storage, which I can put in like that. A little pipe into there. Build that very quickly. This will be coal and full, and this will be water and full halfway. Actually, just fill it up the whole way. It's fine. And then I need to go and replace that train. Now, that train needs to empty first. Where is it? Okay, cool. It's on its way back. Now, Line manager, this train, send to be dismantled. Replace this train. All right, that's coming out. I actually need those cars, but I need more of them. Now I want steam loco. Yep, I'll put those on that side, and I'm going to add more flatbed wagons. Too long. How many can I have? I can only have 4. All right, well, replace. As a matter of urgency. Right, what else is going on around here? This tower has some things going on. I can pause that. Let's save myself some more fuel. Wood is fine. That's still going. How are we doing? Yeah, we got a lot of timber now. That's flipping great. Oh, good news. I can take this down now because that storage box, the bag storage is done. But what is happening here? Why is this not working? Oh man, it's always something. There's absolutely no reason. Output is full. Wait, why? What am I missing? Oh man, you're kidding. I messed up this design. No, I didn't. That goes through. This should be emptying. Why is this not emptying? Oh, it's the slag. My gosh. The slag. This. It's not being emptied. All right. Nuclear option. Quick remove. Damn it, that should be getting emptied. Wait, how are the others doing? This. Oh gosh, the slag's also not being emptied. And over here. Well, this. And over here. Well, this slag's being emptied. Oh wait, that's not slag. Hang on. Where's the slag on this one? Yeah, there. That is being emptied. So that's being emptied. This one. Oh my gosh, this is already filling up. This must be emptied. And this one. Absolutely critical. I need places to dump slag. I need more places to dump slag. I think I've set this tower. Yeah, this accepts slag to be dumped. Maybe it's just the diesel issue that's holding me back. Or maybe I just don't have enough trucks. This one is also just loading stone. Okay, you can pause as well. And in fact, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to release the trucks. Let's get those trucks released and help move things around a little bit faster. Yeah, there's another one. Okay, it's going to use more diesel, but it should move things around the map a little faster. So yeah, the earthworks projects are on hold. And this should be getting built soon. Oh, this would have been a mess. Hold on, I need to change this. So this needs to come out. This is not iron, this is copper. And change all of these. Good thing I spotted that. And then this is going to be a problem. So let's remove that belt and that belt. This will not be iron ore. And why are there iron ore things pointing in here? This has got to be copper. That export route is a no, and a no, and a no. That tower is the one down over on this side, which will probably need to be moved. Where are you? Jeepers, there's a lot of places that this one's going to. Oh, right, yes, because I've got that temporary little facility up here that is making sure that we actually have copper ore. Maintenance is still a problem. That is not a good thing. Electronics are still a problem. A big problem. Alright, how's that train going? Dude, you were supposed to get replaced. Did I forget to click a button or something? Oh, it's busy building it. Let's get all the stuff in here. And I'm assuming the fueling is going to work the same way that the other resources work. And that is, the train will just stop because there is a spot for it. That means I can actually just pause this because it's not doing anything anyway. Right, we have water and we have coal. So this is ready to replace. So it's waiting for the other one to arrive, which will take a short while because it's moving very slowly. Now, the most important one here is, right now, is the copper. I need to get copper down into this area. So I'm going to grab a little storage box and pop it over there. Get that built. And then head up to the top. And this belt needs to be finished. Do I have enough unity to finish it? No, I don't. Wait, I've got enough unity. I just don't have... Oh, man. If I downgrade it... Yeah, I think I'm going to downgrade it. And then use unity to build it. Need to get that copper in. There we go. Copper's coming. Actually, I might do the same... No, this one is already done. What's happening with the steel? Why is there no steel coming out? Now what? Waiting for products. What? Where's my iron? Oh, come on. Really? Oh, that's my bad. I stopped them from mining. I didn't stop them. I just didn't have mining set up for them, and that was not good. So there we go. Let's make sure that our area is covering it. It is. Right, maybe move that line out a little. All right, so that'll get working again. In the meantime, copper is coming through, and the train is slowly making its way back. Gosh, this is painful. Now, maintenance has picked up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Look at that, iron ore's coming back. Yep, we're just waiting for this to happen, but there is actually copper coming in here, so that's good. Come on, train. Yeah, look how slow that is. We need to get copper down the bottom, because the trucks are having to whiz back and forward from here, which is not ideal. Alright, well, we can't end the episode like this, so give me a moment. I'm back. The crisis has pretty much been averted. Didn't take too long. Got a second train now, so that's good. We're bringing copper over. There is not a build-up of copper yet, but having this box down here so the trucks don't have to go all the way up to go and fetch copper, that's working really well. We are starting to back up on electronics, so that's very fortunate. I have turned off research, but actually I can unpause this. This does not need to be paused anymore. The electronics can back up in there. We'll need them for research. And our diesel is fixed, and our trucks are no longer overly busy. Potatoes and vegetables, got too much of them. So that one's just doing, oh, that's potato and vegetable there. I'm going to delete this farm because we have lots of potato and vegetable. So that farm will go away, and then the other two eventually as well. And now that we have diesel, we can go out and explore stuff. So that was a 470 over there. You're a 470. Let's go that way. Oh, no, I can't because I haven't done repairs. Wait, auto repair back on? Oh, right. Yes, I turned that off because of the electronics we didn't have. That's fine. We have electronics now. But steel is a bit down. Copper is down, but it's picking up. Steel's being used all over the place. And I managed to get a nice little tight turning circle over here. Looks a lot better. This area is cleared, so I can start the food production stuff, including finally maybe chickens. So between episodes, I'll work out a nice layout for that. See what we need. I know that we need quite a lot of animal feed, so we'll do that. This is all going to get broken down, and bread production will move down here. Yeah, all food production will move down here. This will be conveyor belts coming through on both sides and maybe down the middle, and then going down this retaining wall and into boxes over here, so that we'll always have a heck of a lot. Copper is fixed. This is up and running. There's a lot of copper ore, and this little facility here is no longer working, so I'm going to take that down. So yeah, let's get rid of that. When it's empty, it's empty. I have enough ore now to be able to feed another set of copper furnaces, which I will most likely put in. The iron is a bit of a problem. I think it's just because I need to upgrade the belts. Yep, that's what I need to do. Because this is being used by the steel and the iron, which means that I actually need to double up a little bit. And yeah, increased belt speed, definitely a must. So I'll sort that out. And then our new glass facility up here, I'll sort that out as well and add it into the trains. Trains are very, very good. But that is definitely where I'm going to leave this one. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts. I'm not playing this as I played it before when I played without recording. I want to show something on the progress. So in between episodes, I'm kind of holding back on doing things that I should be doing. And that is ending up causing me problems. So I'm going to try and avoid doing that in the future. Another thing that I picked up is I might have to change my blueprint for the electronics line, because there's no reason to have two copper boxes over here. I didn't even realize that. This one can go one elevator onto this belt and then one elevator onto that. I think this is a relic from when we didn't have the conveyor lifts. It's okay. It can stay for this playthrough. It's not a big deal. And I need to start getting belts sorted out to bring the stuff that's coming in by train into their storages without trucks having to do it. Keep the trucks unburdened as much as possible. But that is that. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, cheers!